Yeah, well, I did. I mean, this exhibition is called Hammersmith Poem and Love Letters to Kazimir Malevich. And it all came from this commission I did for the Hammersmith and Fulham Council on the Hammersmith Town Hall building, or rather its brutalist extension in March. And I did 4 big black squares, like Malevich's big black square paintings he did between 1917 and 1925. And I did them about modernism, modernism being a social movement instead of being a style. So that all the texts start, modernism is not a style, modernism is ... So modernism is a social project. It begins with the humanist enlightenment in the Renaissance, and it ends up with beautiful things like public libraries, the NHS, and free university education between 1945 and 1989, I think, when we lose free universities. And so my feeling is we have to go back to those ideals of modernism, especially in this political climate where I feel like we're living in a very mean time. The language is very mean and very divisive. And I think that's because we've lost sight of sort of the civic ideals of modernism. And so this show's about that. And the Kazimir Malevich reference let me jump off and do some paintings, which I haven't done. I studied painting at Edinburgh College of Art for 6 years, so I began as a painter and I haven't made paintings for a while, and I forgot why I stopped doing that, really. I couldn't think of a good idea for it, but this modernist idea let me go back to painting in a way that was really fun for me and hopefully fun for the viewer, I think. I mean, the painting on the invitation for the show says, modernism is a psychic love wave, a big gush of sky breath, a shimmer of kindness, sung by the ancient earth. It is in the silver voices of the wind in the trees. It is wild and high in the beauty of the wind turbines that will one day scythe the hair of the troglodyte Trump. And that was particularly because Trump had taken great umbrage to wind turbines off the coast of the golf course he bought in Scotland, which annoyed me because I'm Scottish, and it's nothing to do with him. And I really believe in renewable energy, and I think wind turbines are consequently beautiful. And we have to, in our new modernism for the ecological age, we have to frame wind turbines and solar panels as the new objects of beauty, because they're the only thing that might save us from impending disaster. So even if we might not begin thinking they're beautiful, we must think they're beautiful because they are saving our lives. Yeah, I mean, I think of myself as an artist that uses poetry, really, more than necessarily a proper poet. So, I mean, the text is just a sort of short form way of summing up what I feel, really, about what's happening in politics today, society, the ecological crisis, and trying to inject a little injection of hope into that where possible. I think hope is the rarest commodity of our time, perhaps. No, I've not always had permission to put work on billboards, but I think people find it therapeutic, and if you replace an ad for sort of Diet Coke with a poem at the end of the street, they're quite happy. I mean, we all know Diet Coke's fizzy, and it tastes like, cold, whatever. And people tend to not complain if I, in an unauthorized fashion, let's say, replace an ad with a poem. People tend to, touch wood, mostly like it.